I've been here for 5 years and I've owned 5 businesses in 5 years. And I started giving back to the community. So I started asking myself, what should I do? I started browsing ideas. Then I'm like, podcast. I'll start a podcast. I won't be able to teach the audience because I'm not expert, not qualified to help anyone. But what I can do is ask bold questions to qualified people. And I'm going to ask, how did you make your first million? Because this is credibility. The purpose of this podcast was from the beginning is giving value and giving back. Because I felt like I owe this community.
I have a question for everyone. What was the biggest challenge that you went through before you got here? Before you got to where you are right now?
The biggest challenge for me was credibility. I think in business it's fun. I find business very fun and entertaining because we all have our personalities. And the cool thing about me, and hey, it is what it is. I'm at a different point now. So my character in this world, because I think we all have our own character, I get misconceived for being what the stereotype is. And I think it acts in my advantage, which is great because sometimes I'm suited and booted. And when I'm in suited and booted, my personality comes out in the flashy, flamboyant, but I'm also a college grad. I'm also, there's all these other accolades that go behind that, right? And a lot of times I think people see the outward appearance, and there's a lot of that too, right? Between, like your software, what is authentic, what's not, right? Because online, we could be whoever we want to be. But in real life, we have to also be that person. And there's a large amount of people that will write it off because they only see what's on the internet and they're like, okay, yeah, this doesn't actually look exactly like I define success to look like. It's fake. That's the culture we live in, right? And it's not until you get to a point to where, like I mentioned before, it compounds over time and now you're getting those phone calls like, hey, yo, can you help me here? Can you help me there? And I think that's where we all have to become humble. Like for me, I don't forget, but I also am the person where it's like I don't hold grudges. I always like to at least see someone stab their own self in the foot, rather than me not give them the opportunity to do so. And I think I'm kind of derailing off the question, but I think that that's pretty much my take on it in humanity, because every character that I've met in the business, I think that we all have to make an adjustment in order to work with them on a deeper level that makes sense to them. I call it more culture classing because I can't talk to someone the same way if they don't understand where I come from and vice versa, to your point, right? If I've never been in a corporate office, I can't talk corporate language. If I've never dealt with lawyers and it gets really specific, right? I can't hire a tax lawyer for a civil suit. There's certain things I just can't do. Right. And knowing the right people, like you said a lot of great things too. I'll pass it over to you, actually.
I think for me, it was definitely mindset. So I grew up, like I mentioned before, my father was an alcoholic and he was and he still is the most negative person I've ever met. And so Stanford actually did a study and it shows that 95% of our subconscious mind is created by the age of 18. So I held on to all of those limiting beliefs, even into my mid and upper 20s. And I had to realize that I didn't have to believe those things. And so I feel like for me, it was rewiring my subconscious mindset to know that I am worthy, that I deserve success. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to wake up every single day excited for what's to come. So I feel like for me, it was really switching my belief system, surrounding myself with the right people who lift me. Because even in my 20s, I was surrounded by the wrong people who were drinking and partying and didn't have a vision for where they wanted to go. So yeah, for me, mindset was everything and rewiring it.
Amazing. Thank you. So great to share what you shared. Nice. So what's the biggest challenge that you faced on your way to when you were here? Not to the podcast.
Yeah, to the podcast. Yeah, and I know it's a little trap this will go on. Yeah, for me, my background is military aviation. Stepping into the tech world, from a purely military background.
And you said that now after all these jokes. I'm puffed. They're gonna stop me at the airport tomorrow. Look, he's a brown guy with a big beard, big ass.
But yeah, but really that challenge of trying to get into the tech world and understand, and deal with a lot of these, developers and tech concepts that I had no idea about, into the blockchain space, all that stuff. The learning curve is huge, but that difficulty really is a lot of benefit because I could talk, speak a lot of different languages. I've been exposed to a lot of different realms. I taught them at least for about 10 years and really got to see that culture and spent time to.
So you lost your hair?
I know, right? Arab students were rough, right? Especially when you teach them aviation. That's teach them how to fly helicopters. So but it's enabled me to speak on different topics regarding artificial intelligence at a much higher level than most people. So so it's so just because you have some sort of difficulty or strife or something like that, a lot of times it's actually there to help you. And I could kind of get into some manifestation stuff, like the thinking or rich concepts. Really, like if you're hitting barriers and things like that, it's trying to tell you something. There's something going on. So it's either like, do you really want this next step in your life bad enough? Or are you willing to sacrifice over and over and over to get it? And as you get past to do that, then it's like, okay, well now you've done the work and and that kind of thing. And you'd end up on the old nut of it. And anyway, so.
Sure. Love that. My biggest challenge was myself. When I first moved to Canada 6 years ago, I couldn't find a job in my field, marketing. So I worked at Westbrookers and I did Uber for 11 months. And I had given up on my dream of starting a marketing agency. So that was a challenge. Then something happened, got my confidence back. Some of the marketing agencies did well. Then second challenge is I made good money. And then I started getting lazy. So I was always the evil in my own way, right? And I'm always trying to evolve and get smarter so I don't let myself in my way again. And I know it's going to happen again in the future where something is going to mess with my brain and I'm going to drift from the right way. But I know I will always get back to the right way because I surround myself with great people like yourselves.
I love that.
That's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here.
What's next for you all? What are you working on?
So I can go. I'm actually... So my podcast is called Light of Your Life, and we just got our LLC, so we're making an entire brand. So we're going to be doing women's accountability groups to empower women to step into their full potential.
Where's what I do too? I empower that. A couple of legs. Get so tonight. Last show for sorry.
Doing events like I mentioned, and we're putting out ebooks and courses. So we're working on all of that development, the back end work, but ultimately just inspiring people and letting them know it doesn't matter where you come from. You can absolutely change your life.
I love that. I'm going to subscribe right now for this all value and helping others. All about that. Thank you. About you?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a really cool project that I'm working on. One of my business partners actually is a student at Drexel. And we met at Forbes 30 Under 30 this year, which I attended. And it's an amazing platform. What we're doing is revolutionizing the entertainment industry. And we've always wanted to create a virtual experience where people can be in a room without physically being in the room. So we have a new technology where we pretty much allow that, where people can have a virtual experience without them being physically in a location and being able to experience the actual event or the venue, or if it's a real estate deal, the property, if it's a medical situation, their doctor, in a virtual way. That's pretty much transparent as if you were in a room physically there or having a conversation with the person. We're also utilizing AI technology to be able to take a person who physically can't speak to 1,000 patients, but would like to see 1,000 patients or has the capacity. So there's different things that we're utilizing the software for, but it's called Spaces. It's out there now. We're working on also another platform called Synergy, which we're combining the collaborative efforts of different universities to be able to exchange ideas with each other, which I think is what's missing really in this culture, in this climate. We're missing the collaboration. And I think without collaboration, I wasn't able to be where I am today. It was the people that I'm close with in the industry, which is a handful, which I think we all get in a lifetime. But without those people, I wasn't able to elevate, my business. And what we're doing is we're allowing students from different universities to collaborate within their student networks, within their niches. because a lot of students, they go to class, they're not able to connect with students beyond the classroom. And if it is, it's a party. So we're diving into that micro niche where we're actually going to allow students to exchange ideas, collaborate with each other in an open forum format. And we're also opening up a global format as well, which would be categorized by country and also by region, where people can exchange ideas to increase pretty much collaboration within different communities.
Good job.
Yep.
That's big. Good luck with that. Let us know how we can help. Sure.
Yeah, the AI Trust Council is we're trying to change the world and make humanity safe from the real risks of AI. And so we're basically on a school bus right now, and the driver's drunk, and there's a cliff up ahead of us, and then the bus is just speeding up with the AI. And so a lot of people don't see that today. You can listen to some of the words of like Ray Kurzweil, some of the things he's putting out. Yeah, he's got 86% accuracy rating on his predictions, right? And some of the things he's predicting for 2026, 2027, and on until the 2030s is would scare, I think, most people. And so I think that it's critical to understand this future that's coming and understand that all humans alive today are technically leaders because we are influencing the future with our decisions about how we relate to AI. So if we're responsible with it, it will turn out really well. And we'll have a utopia. If we're not, it could go really badly to the point where you have people in Silicon Valley that are, warning of extinction of the human species as a consequence of the technology. So what we're doing is setting up a concert series for next summer. And it's going to be international, starting actually here in Vegas at the Sphere. We're going to be, having, obviously the concert, but it's an opportunity to have some of these discussions and things like that. So we're talking about world peace. We're talking about how we could keep AI safe, kind of stuff, and ultimately have a bright future full of abundance versus the alternative. And so, so it's a big opportunity. But that concert series is going to go into Latin America and then on over to the Middle East. So we'll end up in Dubai, and we'll do that. So
Love that.
yeah,
Love that. Good job.
yeah, thanks.
Good job. So plans are boring. They're all this. I hated books my whole life. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. And one time a guy told me, one day you will publish a book and it will be so ironic. So we're actually publishing my book in the next 20 days. So if you read the book, thank you. My first book. And we're also launching an app. It's a community for business owners where you can join. You subscribe with a very affordable price and you'll get all the support that you need. And the third thing, I'm starting a digital magazine to help also small and medium business owners. Small and medium business owners are not recognized by anyone. If you are PR, they'll bill you $20,000, $40,000, $50,000. If you want to get interviewed, someone to write an article about you, people will try to take advantage of you. When I first started my first business, I sent emails to so many journalists. Hey, we have grand opening. I was so excited. And for me, I don't fear the no. I approach even if someone's going to reject me. And no one even answered my email till now. So I started a digital magazine that's going to be ran by students to help small and medium business owners. So I want to help students get opportunities, and I want to help small and medium business owners to get visibility online by writing articles about them, about the founder of the businesses. And that's what we're working on right now. So everything is being launched in the next 30 days.
I'm curious to know what your book is about.
It's about networking. Yes, networking helped me so much in my journey. And I never knew that you do networking and go to events and business events. And I started from one small event, someone's house, and I never stopped. Some of the events made me so much money, gave me so much value. And now I travel for networking events all the time. I spend a lot of money to go to networking events. So I learned a couple lessons along this way. So I'm telling my stories from networking events. This is going to be definitely added as an extra chapter now. And yet, I think if people would read my book, they would be able to get motivated to start going to networking. But Even if they go to networking event, they will be able to milk more value out of these events because they'll know how to do it. The amount of times I've been to events and I saw people networking, I'm like, what the fuck you're talking? What are you doing? Why are you getting drunk? Really, the amount of time I've seen this, people travel like to countries and they go to a networking event, they leave, they need someone, they don't even follow.
Yeah.
They don't send an email. They don't text someone. They don't try to schedule a call. Like, you all should expect me harassing you after trying to get a virtual coffee with you.
Yeah.
Like, not to sell you anything, to actually nurture this relationship. That's, a couple of secrets to networking if that would be helpful. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that actually. I said that actually to a few attendees when I was leaving. I was like, the thing that really bugs me is that when you're around people that have the opportunity right in front of them and they don't seize the moment, it's almost like, what are you doing? And that really bothers me because it shows me who you are. If I'm gonna say, hey, here's $1 million on the table, it's yours, and you're like, it's real, I want to be around people that are like, thanks, I'm out.
Yes.
I don't like that whole and I'm not gonna put any names out there, but I'm in a situation where I'm working with someone that is very influential. And I think that opportunity is dependent on the time of an opportunity is given to you based upon how you respond to the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I often judge people based upon how fast their response time is to something that is easily accessible and easy to do. So if that's, hey, I'm gonna send you an email at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock comes around. If the email's not there, it tells me that you're not really about your business.
Mm-hmm. That's right. If there is a RiskCon 360 2025, would you attend it?
Plan.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is my second one.
That's my first, and I'm definitely coming back. I also made some cool friends in Vegas that I would love to visit again. So yeah, I would definitely come back.
Yeah.
Would anyone want to add anything before we wrap?
Yeah, I would like to say that anyone out there who has a dream, who has a vision, and you're surrounded by people that are motivating you to follow through on your vision, I strongly and highly suggest you unfollow those people, remove those people, disassociate yourself, block those people, get those people out of your life. There's a reason why those types of people are infectious. What happened?
More tequila, please.
Hey, it's the truth. When you're around someone that's negative, it's inevitable. You're going to start popping in negative thoughts. So I suggest anyone out there who is on that journey, make sure you're surrounded by like-minded minds and keep going. Don't stop. Don't listen to the negative.
Amen. Good job, man. Well, thank you all for joining. That was good episode. You guys dropped some amazing bombs here. I really appreciate you on behalf of my audience. And pleasure meeting all day here.